Hi guys, welcome back to Heart Unfiltered. This is Yusuf and I'm here with Teresa. Hi Teresa.
Hi Yusuf, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Are you sure you're doing really well?
Please be serious. Yes,
Okay,
I am good.
okay.
Welcome back.
Thank you. And today we're going to be talking about something that isn't often as discussed, but there's a premise.
Okay.
And I don't think it's interesting that we're not shocked by struggle anymore. I feel like we've almost accepted it as part of being alive. If somebody tells me that they're having a hard time, they're anxious, they're overwhelmed, my reaction isn't usually a surprise. It's more like, yeah, not because I don't care, not because I've become numb to it, but because life feels heavy for so many people right now. And I think we've all had enough conversations to know that we can all agree. We've talked about mental health, we've talked about burnout, how hard things are, the situation of the country. We've had these conversations, but recently I found myself wondering about something else. What happens after we acknowledge it? Because awareness is great, don't get me wrong, but what do we actually do when the person struggling is sitting right in front of us? And what do we do when we're the person struggling? That's what I would like for us to talk about today. I don't think we're as good at that part
Mm.
as we should be.
I definitely agree with you. I don't think we are either because acknowledging pain and hurt is one thing. You get living alongside someone who's in pain is something completely different. That part asks more of us. The requests we give in more that we would do on a regular day. He asks for patience. He asks for presence. Sometimes he requires you to just be silent, just hold space for the person. And if we are being honest, most of us were never really taught how to do that.
Yeah. And maybe that's because struggling doesn't always look the way we think it does. I think a lot of us still imagine that if somebody's having a hard time, we'll know. Classic depression, or they start acting, there will be like a giant shift. But we think it will be very obvious. But I don't think that's true anymore. Not with this fast paced world that we
Actually,
find ourselves
you don't even
in.
have the time to.
Capitalism, people.
You don't even have the time to be.
Yeah. And a lot of people have become incredibly good at carrying heavy things quietly. You can spend hours with someone and leave thinking they are completely fine. Meanwhile, they are fighting battles they've not told you or any other person about. And they are not hiding it. It might not be because they're trying to deceive anyone or they're trying to put up a front, but I think people just stop talking because they genuinely don't know how to explain what they're feeling, or they've explained they're misunderstood, or they've convinced themselves that they will get through it, or they've even spoken about it to someone and it's like, what's this person going to do about it? What are you actually going to do? How is this going to help me? You know?
Mhm.
So, and then they keep going, and to them now it looks like strength, or it is strength. You're a strong person, you're a strong man, you're a strong woman.
Actually, I'm going to pick it from where you actually stopped here. The people that who check on people, like they check on everyone else. So most times, oftentimes, I know they are the ones who actually need someone to check up on them. You get they are usually like funny, good listeners. They are dependable. They're always the ones saying the "oh, I've got it." And because they carry themselves so well, everyone just assumes that they are okay because personally, I feel like it's strange how easy it is to confuse someone's ability to function with their ability to cope because functioning and coping they are not the same thing.
Hmm. Can I ask you something?
Please go ahead.
So this is heart unfiltered, yeah, and you
Well,
should
I'm supposed to be
unfilter your
unfiltered.
heart, and yeah, you should be vulnerable. So have you ever looked back on a period in your life when you realized you weren't okay and you were just living it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So can you share?
Okay, so I'm going to be real actually because I've had like two friends send me a TikTok post of being a listener. You know this kind of post where you they people like share what they're going through with you, and you're just like,
Mm.
oh well, sharp, you get, and you tell them,
Sharp.
and when they're like, are you okay? And you're like, oh yes, absolutely, I'm fine, I'm surviving. You get.
Mm.
So I've had two people send me that kind of post that, yeah, just like listening. So yes, absolutely. I've had seasons where I've only realized how exhausted I was after I came out on the other side, and sometimes I actually experience serious burning out. You get, well, while you're like in the process, survival becomes normal. You tell
Mhm.
yourself, adult, this is adulthood, they're supposed to be like this is just a busy season, I'll rest when things calm down. And then one day you look back and realize, no, I wasn't really living, I was
Things are not
just,
coming down.
making it to
Oh.
tomorrow. I think that's the phase I am right now. I'm just trying to like enjoy the moment.
Yeah, I've also experienced it as well. And it's like you have so many things that you're dealing with financially from the on the home front, with work, and you're just like you have to do this, you have to function, you have to do what needs to be done. And for somebody like me, it shows up in different ways. Sometimes it can show up in my body, like I can start having an
Break out and all,
untraceable
yeah.
pain,
Oh,
or like, yeah, or my hands are shaking, and
crazy.
or I'm finding it really difficult to sleep. Not that I can't fall asleep, but like I keep waking up short intervals. There's nothing, and I'm waking up like you get, but
um,
and it's because there's something that's actually gnawing at me, nagging at me, that I'm ignoring, and I'm like, I have to function, I have to function. And sometimes you feel like that's what you're supposed to do. That's how you feel like you've come to this realization, like this is what adulthood is, and it's not meant to be so. And that's why I think this conversation matters, because we need to recognize where we are, where it started, how it started, and what to do about it. Because when somebody finally says, I'm struggling, that's not when the struggle started,
actually.
or this is what's happening to me. There's like a usually a deeper reason, or there's like a longer time ago when it actually started and you did not notice. The struggle started weeks ago, months, even maybe years. It's something that you've internalized, and other people around you, they might not even pick it up because they are waiting for something dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
You need to become a recluse, you need to draw your curtains, take away sunlight from your life for joy, and then you need to look like you're crying, puffy eyes, black eye, eye bags and all.
Yeah.
But it's not always obvious, it's not always loud, and sometimes it's hidden inside someone who's showing up every day.
Which is exactly why I think we need to stop waiting for people to completely fall apart before we believe they're hurting. She get sometimes the loudest cry for help is actually consistency. I've realized that I show love the way I want to be loved. The way I approach you is actually like my I wouldn't call it a cry for help, but like it's just the way I want to be treated. If I like texting you a certain way, if I like calling you a certain way, that is what I want to do. That is exactly the way I want to be treated, because someone who keeps showing up, keeps smiling, keeps saying I'm good while slowly running on empty. Pain doesn't always interrupt somebody's life. You cannot know what I'm going through unless we have the conversation. You get. I'm not masking it here, but like you really can't know, Jigga, because I'm already like used to it.
In as much as we need to actually stop waiting for people to completely fall apart, or wait for a big sign for us to know that people aren't okay,
Good, yeah.
we actually need to be able to watch out for these subtle signs.
Like pay attention,
Yes,
really.
pay closer attention. I know we're going through a lot of things, but hey, we're talking about being there for each other. If you're there for someone and that person is also there for you, and you're noticing someone, it's just like a marriage where both of you are like concerned with each other's needs and put each other's needs above your own, and you see that you're well fed because you're actually feeding each other. And so subtle signs, like for me, I can be very absent. I'm present in my conversation. I do what I think is my obligation, and then I withdraw, and then I run away. Or I'm overly present.
Mm.
Like, so that you don't,
Notice, yeah.
yeah. So I'm like hee hee all the time. And it's like, what's funny for real? So yeah, for me. What about you, Yusuf?
Personally, I don't know. I think I really need help because I kind of I feel like I've maxed this so much that I know when to not let people know I'm going through things. You get,
Mm,
because people know how I am at work, right? So when I am not talking to people, they start asking what's going on. I do not like that. So even when I'm going through things, I find a way to make it not obvious. So how do I like, maybe what are my signs? I think I actually get distance sometimes. You probably see me not post on my WhatsApp story.
mm,
And I'll probably just not reply to text. There's difference
mm.
between
That's me.
engaging a
I will ghost
conversation
you
and replying to
because you're
text.
not even on my mind, I swear.
Exactly. So, like when you send me a text, I would probably just respond. I will not like hold the conversation. So I just be like,
Yeah.
okay, Alpha, I'm good. All right, that's the end.
Mm-hmm.
So I just go offline. I would turn off my data and just find a way to rot the way till I feel better. So I feel like those sorts of signs will always be there. You get. So
Yeah.
do you think? I think we should have some general
Yeah.
signs.
In as much as we're talking about, there are other signs that you can actually pick up in other people. Sometimes people are short tempered, their patience
Hmm.
runs short, they have a short
Actually,
fuse, and you know that naturally this is not supposed to vex this person. But it get things now start getting to them easily. Sometimes, like we said, they withdraw, or their humor is too much. They're laughing about yes, humor is healthy, but then
actually,
you
I feel
are
like I'm
laughing your
also
way to
part.
crazy. So yeah, but sometimes it's now like a defense mechanism, and even serious conversations become a joke and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Concerned when you're trying to be concerned about their well-being or something, it turns into a joke. You should be more concerned, and they're like, you don't find anything funny anymore. You see, like it's like opposite sides of a spectrum. You just have to notice when something is off
Of
about a
yeah.
person. They are quieter, or they are louder, they are more present, or they are more absent. Them being more present might be like they are running away from the quiet in their head, or the quiet in their homes, or they're running away from the noise that is chasing them, and they don't want to sit with it. So that's actually something. When you feel like something is off, something might be actually off. And then please, I know that it's common online now to hear, how are you? No, how are you?
Don't come at
Let's
me with that
leave
nonsense.
the intonation and ask questions
Don't come at me with that
directly.
nonsense.
How are you doing? IB, how do you feel?
Yeah.
What are you going through? How are you handling it? Do you need help? Do you need to talk?
I think
And okay, yeah, yeah,
yeah, I think
sorry.
deep down we actually know these things. You get, deep down we know that, deep down, like if you are being honest with ourselves, we know that our people are going through some things,
Mm,
but sometimes this mentality that I've always corrected in people that are close to me, sometimes we try to compare problems. You get,
mm,
we're like,
mm, mm,
I'm sure
mm.
this guy is probably going to, but me too, I have my own problem.
Mm.
That thing is very, very annoying. You get, I used to like, it gets me very, very upset
Your
when
pain
I'm
does
telling
not invalidate
it
another
doesn't
person's
invalidate
pain.
it.
There's no scale.
Exactly. Yes, your pain is serious. Yes, mine is serious too. To be, it is serious. It's not something that I I am good with. It's not something that depends. So let's deep down, let's just be honest with ourselves personally. That's what I think.
Yeah, and you don't have to be a psychologist. You don't have to be a mental health specialist. You don't have to have the perfect words. Some of the best moments in my life haven't come from somebody actually saying what they think is the right thing to say, but someone just staying with you, listening to you, making space,
Mm-hmm.
holding space, and then listening long enough for me to even hear myself, for me to work out my thoughts through my words, what I'm saying. Sometimes it's when they're actually talking to you that they realize what is going on with them. They now actually even feel safe enough to feel whatever it is, and in that talking they can even figure out what is going on with them, and that talking can even just lift a huge weight off their shoulders. As
Actually.
but the thing is, I know that we sound simple. It's actually a struggle because listening is harder than talking. And also there's something I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
People usually say that when someone is telling you about their problems, it's not time for you to bring yours up.
Mhm.
I don't think that's true. For me, I enjoy when
Mhm.
I it's relatable. You
Yeah.
can relate to what I'm trying to say, and in my mind, it's like, oh my god, yes. It's not like you're trying to. Some people, sorry, okay, know who you're talking to. Some people think you're
Actually.
trying to overshadow them, and you're like trying to push their stuff to the back. But just notice, which is why there's this thing called active listening. It's really hard, but we should learn it. We should try it. It's hard, but just try and be present, follow up, check in when they are talking so that you know that okay, you're not doing anything off, and it's not whatever it is you're saying isn't rubbing off wrongly on them. And
No, I think to buttress what you actually said, I do it when I'm talking to my friends because I kind of have this thing of, okay, I don't exactly relate to what you're feeling right now, but so thing happened to me too, so I can still give you
like
based on my perspective. I try to
guy, I
like
swear.
personalize it so that you don't feel like I'm just giving you generic advice. So that's why
Yeah.
I feel like yeah, you are
Or you're
having
just
the
saying
right.
words to
Ehen.
me.
So I'm thinking about it. When I remember the people who helped me through difficult moments, I honestly don't remember many of the conversations. I only remember how I felt during that
Mm.
moment. I remember who stayed,
Mm-hmm.
who kept checking in, who didn't disappear before things become uncomfortable. So consistency as a way of making people feel safe.
Yeah.
So
Also, I like amebo, please. I want to know what happened to you as well. Also, you're talking about consistency, and then there's also the other side of it. You that you're going through something, it's hard to ask, to receive, to admit that you're struggling. As well, a lot of us struggle because you don't know how to admit that you're going through something. You don't know how you'll be perceived, and you don't know how that person will help you. But we say we all or we value vulnerability, and it's your turn to be vulnerable. Like Yusuf now, when I said he should share with us one moment and he was laughing like, oh my god, why did she say this to me right now?
yeah.
And then yeah, when the spotlight is on us, it suddenly feels different. And you're now wondering if you're too much, if you look like you're seeking attention, or you're not strong enough, if we're being burdens. And it's easier to keep carrying it than to be exposed. But please be able to try. It's something you have to practice. Just try. It's like dipping your toe in a pond or in the pool, and then before you put in your leg, and next thing you know, you're actually enjoying the water. Just try.
Well, receiving help is surprisingly difficult.
Mm.
Not because we don't need it, but because somewhere along the line we've attached our work to being the strong one. We want to be dependable, we want to be independent, we want to be the one who has everything under control. You get so
Mm.
asking for help can almost feel like admitting, defeat.
Mm.
When really it's one of the bravest things to do.
Yeah.
You get.
And the thing is, the people that are around us, people that we relate to, that we love, they are not mind readers. We too, we are not mind readers. And you keep waiting for
Well,
people to
true.
notice, to figure it out. When I was much younger and I was like going through a hard time, and I would write my poems expressing how I
And you
felt,
actually
and
feel.
then I'll leave it around so that maybe somebody will see it and be like, oh my God, is this girl okay? And then they never did. You can try and leave a hint, but I never opened my mouth. I think I did once, but to say, okay, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm struggling. And yes, most of us we're struggling with our own things too, as well as other people. So it's like, it's not easy for them to notice you, and it's not easy for you to notice them. But the reason why we have people, why we have community, family, friends, is because we're meant to be there for each other. We're social beings. We need to connect. We need to help each other. And if there's one thing I want people to take from this conversation is the strongest people they might not be actually as strong as you perceive them to be. They might have things that they're struggling with that you don't see. And because you have this idea that they are strong, it makes you blind to their struggle. And you need to learn that being okay all the time is not good. It's not the goal. Wait. You know this movie? It's okay to not be okay.
Actually.
Yeah.
And
So
maybe that's what community has always been, not people carrying your burdens for you, but people reminding you that you don't have to carry them. like I don't think healing always arrives through some big breakthrough.
Yeah.
Sometimes just start with someone genuinely letting you know that I'm here and you
Yeah.
can feel it because oftentimes we can feel when somebody is actually there for you. So yeah, that's just it's the community.
Yeah, guys, you don't have anything to be ashamed of. And if someone comes to mind while you're listening to this, check on them. And if you're the one who is carrying or struggling with anything, try and let someone in. Just a tiny little bit. See how it feels. Explore that. And just
You
know
have
that
nothing to lose
yeah,
actually.
you don't have to carry everything alone.
You just having at least one person that can be vulnerable to this. Anyways, this has been at Unfiltered.
Yeah.
We'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye,
Teresa signing out.
guys.